The sun rises and this is the end. Like a funeral for someone you really hated. It's a good morning. Maybe took a teeny bit longer than expected, but Cam finishes her book. The truth is officially out there. It quickly becomes the critically acclaimed People's Choice Beach Read Great American Novel, and it's selling like hotcakes. If you imagine a world where people like to eat cakes that are hot. But that success didn't come without a cost. Cam, Blanche, and I bared our souls and came clean about all our dirt, like an open book about frogs covered in dirt. I got disbarred for my legal crimes, no longer allowed within 20 yards of a gavel or anything shaped like a hammer. Cam had only ever wanted to report on others, and now she had no choice but to include herself in the spotlight. Suddenly, there were fans demanding selfies, trolls sending threatening DMs, baristas asking for tips when all she wanted was a basic cup of coffee. Blanche went to jail, partly for street racing, mostly for all the murder. She pleaded guilty, admitted to everything, and got a long prison sentence. But this sentence doesn't end with a period, more of an ellipsis. Cam's book kept getting revised as she interviewed more and more people caught in the web. They each told their own stories in their own voices. Soon, Scarlet toadies started turning on each other too. The more perspectives she found, the more the gradient control was revealed to be just an illusion. Like a rabbit in a house of cards that turns into a duck on an endless staircase, you could tilt your head and see that the young woman was also an old lady, the wicked witch at the top, warts and all. And sure enough, in the wake of the book's final release was the release of the Gradient's final wake. Our open book was their open casket. Scarlet went on trial for every single thing she was tangled up in, like a puppeteer falling down a flight of stairs which never ends. And then she was given a life sentence, locked up until she croaks. Of course, there's only so much you can do to the rich and powerful. Nobody was surprised when she got her sentence reduced and transferred to a different prison. We may just be amateur puppeteers, but we managed to pull a few strings. The least we could do is get her a roommate. Now it's the final stop of Cam's book tour. Like a great punchline, the story was a smash hit. Even the audiobook got a novelization. She asked me to narrate it, but I told her I've said enough. When she finishes reading, the audience gives her a sitting ovation, then a standing ovation, and then a walking towards the door ovation. We leave too. It's raining, the kind of rain that makes you just want to be dry. So, we grab drinks. I may not be allowed near a gavel, but after all this, I deserve to get a little hammered. Cam asks me what I'm going to do now that I can't be a lawyer anymore. I tell her I don't know. Maybe try to help everybody that I wronged. I'll need to track them all down first, which might require a bit of detective work. I ask Cam what she's going to do next. She says she's not sure. We close the book on the Gradient, but there are infinite other crime stories out there. Maybe she'll write a sequel. The two of us toast to old endings, middle-aged middles, and new beginnings. But just as I stand to leave, I get a face full of scalding hot cake. It's a smash hit. Standing there is ex-DA Diego Diaz. He's been MIA since being DOA and isn't as dead as we thought. His face is burned into thirds. One normal, one scarred, and one with shades of grave. He tells us that he's had enough with ambiguity and demands to know the truth. What actually happened to Nwar? Did he die or reunite with his family? A happy ending or a sad ending? Was he the hero or the villain? Cam tells him that we don't know. She chooses to believe that Nwar lived happily ever after, but anyone can believe whatever they want. Diego says that's like a shameful police officer's last day on the job. This is a disappointing cop-out. So if we won't choose our own ending, guess he'll have to do it himself. He's gonna flip his three-sided coin. Heads, he lets us live. Tails, he kills us. Third side, he'll kill himself. He flips it. It lands on a fourth side. Diego is stumped, but Cam tells him you can't just look at things one way. Everyone's story has a bit of truth and a bit of fiction. It's all a matter of perspective. Cam and I say our goodbyes in the rain. This story could have had a happier ending, but maybe this is happy enough. Sometimes it's better to have an ending than none at all. I watch her disappear into the downpour, and I head into the uppour. Across the street, I see somebody in a trench coat. On one hand, he looks familiar. On the other hand, it could be 2 kids trying to get into an R-rated movie. Maybe even 3 kids, depending on how inappropriate the movie is. But in a way, aren't we all just a bunch of younger versions of ourselves stacked on top of each other, acting as grown-ups? If you keep trying to erase your past, you'll never grow. So you can choose to learn from your mistakes, climb on top of each one, and become a little bit taller each time. Then you put on a big coat, venture into the darkness, and pretend to be an adult.